my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Today we're gonna do a pregnancy update. I feel like I haven't done that in a while, and we are on the third and final trimester. So let's get into that. So I can't believe it's the final trimester. It's time. I feel like we're like getting ready to meet her. I'm kind of freaking out, to be honest. I am 30 weeks now, right? Baby brain is a real thing, let me tell you. That's certainly happening in my life. But yeah, I'm at 30 weeks. I feel good. I'm definitely tired. I feel like baby is prepping me to be a mommy. So my sleep happens in like 30-minute intervals. So I sleep for 30 minutes and then I'm uncomfortable and everything feels like it's pulling and I'm like drooling and just uncomfortable. And then I have to flip over. Then I sleep for another 30 minutes. Then I have to flip over. So basically I feel like I'm like in zombie mode now, 24/7, which is like, I guess, what's gonna happen in about 8 to 10 weeks. So I'd like to think that really all she's doing is like prepping me for what's to come. Yeah, let's go with that. That's a good way of looking at it. Other than like the sleep thing, I do feel honestly pretty good. I can't believe that 30 weeks has passed, that basically we have 2 months and then she's gonna be here and then our whole world is gonna change. We're gonna have a daughter. I definitely already feel like a mommy. I think it will be really different for Marcus when she's here. Like he's doing his best to kind of connect and interact, and he's talking to my belly and he's always like interactive when she's going nuts kicking in there. But I think it'll just be a different experience. I mean, I feel her 24/7 now and I feel so connected to her. So I'm excited to see how he is. I'm really excited to see him as a dad. I feel like he's gonna totally step up to the role. So I'm really pumped to see that. And he's definitely getting more and more excited as I am, as am I, obviously. Like I'm kind of freaking out and kind of calm at the same time. Like for the most part, I feel really, really calm considering the changes that are about to happen to us. But there are definitely moments where I'm like, holy shit, this is happening. I'm actually going to go into labor and go through this process. And at the end of it all, we're actually gonna have a baby. Because right now it's like, you're a pregnant lady, and yes, there are changes for sure, but there's no baby here yet. It's still just Marcus and I with the dogs. And then soon there will be 5 of us. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're pretty much ready. I think we have sort of everything we need, everything that we don't have, we registered for. And then our baby shower is just over a month before baby is meant to arrive. So if there is something that we're still missing, we'll be able to get it. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like we're pretty ready. Like everything is set up. You can see the room behind me is ready. Our crib is in here. If you guys watch the nursery tour, pretty much we're ready. She has clothes, I even have like, people have given us diapers and wipes and lotions and all that. So we even have that type of stuff. So pretty exciting, starting to feel pretty darn real. We had our first babies class, like labor, birth and babies, I think it's called, just this past week on Monday. And that was cool because I feel like that really made it feel real. Like I wasn't the only pregnant person anymore. We were in a room full of pregnant ladies and their partners. So it just like kind of amped things up, and we really like got right into talking about labor and the process of it. And so I was like, okay, shit, this is real. We're doing this. There's no turning back now. Okay, cool. After the, like during and after the class, I think that we both realized that we are very prepared, and we were prepared, more prepared than most people who might have even been a few weeks ahead of us. So I think that was like a calming aspect of it. Knowing like, okay, you kind of got your shit together, you know, you've done as much as you can, you've read as much as you can, and now it's kind of just like, riding it out, feeling it out. The class is really good. It is meant for women who have midwives. So it's specifically for midwife patients, clients, whatever you want to call it. It is run by Alberta Health Services, but there's like there's a doctor one and a midwife one, and this one's a midwife one. It just makes more sense because the information is going to be delivered differently, and there's certain things that obviously midwives do differently if you watch my last video on the midwife Q&A. So if you didn't, I highly suggest watching that. A lot of people said it was very informative because a lot of people really had no idea what a midwife does. So go ahead, check that video out. But anyway, so it was really good. The lady teaching it is super sweet and helpful and informative, and my biggest takeaway from it was we were shown like a skeleton version of a pelvis and how it changes during pregnancy and how it can move during pregnancy and labor. And so it was really cool. She took us through different birthing positions and the way that the pelvis would look, as well as the tailbone when you're in those positions. So it was really eye-opening how it's so strange that we deliver babies on our back, where it's like the absolute worst way and smallest amount of room to deliver a baby. So it's really interesting. So we talked about like kind of like the anthropological theory of why that is, and it was like more proper for women to lay on their back and like be covered and not be like bouncing around doing things while they're like naked pushing out a baby. And then it went into basically it's easier for doctors and less invasive on their back if the patient is just laying there, which is freaking shocking because that's what we're concerned about when a woman is trying to push a watermelon out of a donut hole. So that part was super informative and like really cool because I had been learning or reading the midwife book, which talks about like all the different positions, and it constantly shows you scenarios of where like the non-laying on your back position worked well for women. So it was cool to have that connection. And I'm a very like visual, literal person. So if you show me that it's possible, then in my mind, I know it's possible and I'm good. And so that was like a really comforting factor for me seeing that. Like, I mean, the difference was literally like this to that. That's comforting to me. Yeah, I liked seeing that. So, I think I've said it like in a few videos before, but I'm not necessarily like afraid of the process by any means, because I feel like if you go into anything afraid, you're gonna have a shitty time. So I'm kind of chill about it, and I'm very open to, you know, whatever happens, happens. I really do trust my midwives, and I know that they're gonna do their best to give me what I want or had originally planned, and so hopefully that works. If it doesn't, that's life. All that matters is this little girl comes into the world super healthy and happy. That's what I'm really concerned about, and I freaking can't wait to meet her. I'm like getting so much more excited every single day because I can't believe that she's gonna be here soon, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited that we're having her in the summer and that we can actually go for walks outside with the dogs and with her. It's gonna be so nice. And Marcus has, he's taking paternity leave for a few months because obviously I can't take any leave. I work for myself, so I'll be back at work right away. Not with human beings like in person, but I'll be doing my online coaching stuff throughout the entire process. So it's so nice to have him home, and my mom is gonna come stay with us and help us, so she can like help us just make dinner and let us have a shower. And the more that we're around other people who are going, you know, through the same life transitions as us, and even in the labor class, like, I mean, the teacher asked us how many people had a support system, and it was like us and another couple, and that was it. So it really makes you realize how lucky you are to have, you know, both of our families here and willing to help and excited to help. So that really eases a lot of tension and nerves for me, knowing that like, if anything, we can call somebody to help us. And the midwives, we were told in the class, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I'm not even gonna edit that out. We're just gonna do all these videos raw. I have horrible allergies, and they started about like a year, 2 years ago, and they were sort of under control with medication. It's Talola. And since the pregnancy, the allergies are worse and I can't take anything. So this is just how it is all the time. But anyways, the teacher in the class was telling us that basically like the midwife, their goal is to get you out of the hospital as soon as possible after you have baby. So as long as everything's okay, if obviously there's medical intervention, then that's not the case. You have to stay at the hospital. But if everything is fine, you're out of there within 2 hours. You go home to your own bed, which like I don't know how many times I've reiterated this over the videos, but I'm really not a hospital person. So I'm really thankful for that and looking forward to that. But then the midwife comes to you right the next morning, or depending like if you come in the morning, at night, whatever, within 12 hours they say. They come and just to ensure like you're doing okay and the breastfeeding is still going well. Obviously they don't let you leave the hospital until you're breastfeeding. But anyways, if the breastfeeding is still going well, and then they check on you, I think like every day 5 times after you've had the baby, which is like such different care. And then that part makes me also feel a lot more comfortable. So at this point, I think it's really like 30 weeks have passed. We've done everything that, you know, we could have prepped for. We've gone through all like the little experiences with the ultrasounds and the gender reveal and the first kicks and so on. And now she's just like using my uterus as a trampoline, and she is a mover and she's insane. And like you can literally see my stomach going like this at night when I lay down to relax. She goes crazy. So she is a mover in there. I don't know if that means that that's what she's gonna be like when she arrives. It really wouldn't surprise me if our daughter was nuts. She's gonna be kooky. Her mom and dad are, so she's gonna be. So yeah, so she's been going crazy in there. So those things have all been like super cool, and every little experience has been like something big. And so I think now we're like, okay, we're ready. Let's do this. Like we're ready. We're ready to meet her, ready to see, you know, if she looks more like me or Marcus or a combo of both of us, and you know, what her personality is like. And it's funny they say that at this point you can kind of like start to know their personalities by their behavior in there, and like by their movement, by their interaction with you. And I can definitely like sense her personality. And she's very sassy, I feel like she's gonna be her mommy's girl. Yeah. Or daddy's girl, and just like her mom and poor dad, he is gonna be in a house of 2 divas. Poor Marcus. But anyways, so now we're just like, okay, let's do this, baby. Let's do this. So for me, what's been going on? Basically, I would say lack of sleep has been the most difficult one, but I'm also doing much better with it than I thought I would. So working for myself, I have always been able to sleep. I mean, since I quit my real job, I've always been able to sleep 8 hours, and I've needed to sleep 8 hours, and having hypothyroid, I needed to sleep 8 hours. So no matter how, I was able to get those 8 hours in. So not sleeping 8 hours, I thought I would die. And I'm glad that it happened before she came, because at least I'm getting used to the transition, but I'm surprisingly doing okay with it. I'm definitely tired, but I'm functioning, so there's that, which I didn't think was possible. Work is still the same. It's insanely busy right now because I'm trying to wrap up every project I have before she arrives. Today I'm actually going to film a pregnancy workout for the app program that we're doing. And then we're gonna have to do audio for that. We're doing a couple ebooks, just kind of wrapping all of like the housekeeping office stuff up. And then I should be ready to go with just training my online clients, which is like something that's so routine to me that that's not a big deal at all. So I'm really trying to like keep going and keep moving. And I think that's what's keeping me in like a good place, is that I'm like still have this like sort of peppy energy at 30 weeks, which is pretty nice. I'm definitely getting larger by the minute. And I would say that this week, I think I popped the most. Like I look definitely, obviously I look the most pregnant because it's the furthest along I've been, but I think this has been like the biggest change this week. Apparently she's about like 17 inches and 3.5 pounds. And from this point on, she gains 0.5 pounds every single week. So like, that's like rapid growth now. It's go time. It's go time. So yeah, other than that, I've been training since the last update. There hasn't been a change in my training. I still lift weights 3 times a week, and I still do cardio 3 times a week. And that's been fine. I feel really good. I mean, honestly, some of the past few weeks I've had better workouts than I did earlier. So it's going well. I cannot complain when it comes to that I'm still moving. So that's good. Food has been pretty normal. Near like the end of the second trimester, I was like hangry all the time, and you could tell that she was having a growth spurt because I like needed more food, and now it's just regulated again. I have a couple cravings here and there. Nothing like too insane. Sometimes it's like Chinese food, sometimes it's ice cream, but that's about it. Otherwise, I feel pretty good. I really don't have too many complaints. I am really freaking excited for her to be here and for us to meet her. And I can't wait for you guys to meet her. So I think we'll wrap this one up here. If you guys have any questions with regards to anything pregnancy, fitness, lifestyle, please feel free to leave them below. I am going to be doing a video of what's inside my hospital bag, or my, depends where we're going. Like I said, we're not sure where we're going, but what's inside my bag, my birthing bag, let's call it that. I've gotten a few pieces already and a few recommendations that I ordered, so I definitely will be doing a video on that. Other than that, I'm gonna head out and go film this app now. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.